Thanks for joining us on Valley News Live. We have some thunderstorms in and around the FM area, and these are some very slow movers. Once again, locally heavy rain, and they've already produced some pretty significant winds, snapping this tree here, a pine tree, several feet off the ground. That pine tree looks to be at least 8 inches in diameter, around 430. Joe, thanks for sharing that report, because these storms are so slow moving, but they quickly pulse up and down, and we'll talk about where they are right now so you can get the latest. Again, gusty wind will be the main threat from these storms. We're not seeing a lot of hail potential from them, but if there is, it'll be brief. Here they are skirting through the Highway 200 corridor, a few south of the FM area and north of Grand Forks, moving in on you. More rain in these slow-moving storms that are averaging between 5 and 15 mile per hour movement. Now you'll also notice, watch this one, it almost appears as if it's spinning a little bit as it's lurching its way towards I-94, and they're along a warm front boundary here, and there's a little bit of weak rotation in them, but they pulse up, they get real high in the atmosphere, then they collapse, and basically the mass and the cooling effect of that rain on the air causes some very gusty straight line winds. Here's the outflow of the storm moving through the Ada area. So a burp of cool air heading toward the I-94 corridor near Hillsboro. Here's a look at the velocities inside the storm, and where we see greens immediately next to reds, there could be a little shear. This is very weak. I don't anticipate tornadoes, but that's one of the signs that we're seeing that these storms are a little bit more organized on an individual level. Surrounding Harwood, heading through Ada now, and heading into the Borup area are some storms. Just north of Grand Forks, we have some cells that appear to be losing some of their intensity now, heading into the evening hours, and out there in that Cavalier County area, we're seeing some storms. These are cloud top heights. Anywhere you see these little yellow pixels popping up, they're exceeding 43,000 feet in the air and then collapsing. So that's what's causing our burp of gusty winds across the valley. A cool front backing in from the east has caused temperatures there to be in the 70s. Bemidji, Brainerd, then we ramp it up through the 80s in Lakes Country. Look at Fergus Falls. You have 88 degrees, and the heat focused on the valley. 92s for Grand Forks, 91 in Sisseton, 90 in Oaks, and little bit of a rain cooling effect in Jamestown. Right now out at Hector, we have a temperature of 92. Wind south-southeasterly is blowing at 9 miles per hour. Your forecast. Here's what's going on. That cool pool of air is going to slowly push its way east. I expected it to get a little closer to Fargo today and keep us cooler. That didn't happen. We zipped right back up into the 90s once again. Tonight, spotty storms continue. In the morning, I can't rule out a couple of renegade showers and storms as this cool pool sloshes back into eastern North Dakota. Most of our counties should have noticeably cooler afternoon temperatures tomorrow. Notice 70s east, low to mid 80s here in the valley and points west. Central North Dakota will have the best shot at 90s. Tomorrow's storms could indeed be strong to severe, a couple of them. We'll keep you posted. Those will be moving from west to east as we go through the evening. Here's a look at your temperatures as we head through the evening hours. Tomorrow we'll see dropping from near 85 into those lower 80s. Temperatures coolest east. And look at this. Fresh out of the hairstylist salon in Wanaska, Grace the calf. Looking pretty good. All right, planning forecast. It looks hot again after a little bit of a reprieve on Wednesday. We're back into those low 90s for many of us on Thursday. Spotty storm chances seem to wrap up as we go through a cooler weekend and overall a drier pattern. We do start warming up though late next work week. Stacy.
Grace the calf was looking beautiful.
Fantastic work there. I don't know where Grace goes, but I got to get the number.
Agreed. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
Well, the Minnesota DNR says zebra mussels are invading another lake in Otter Tail County. They found zebra mussels attached to a concrete plank at the Tamarack Lake Public Access just north of Pelican Rapids. Property owners are asked to carefully look for invasive species on posts, wheels, and underwater support bars of docks and boat lifts, as well as boats, pontoons, or rafts. Minnesota law requires people to clean boats, trailers, and equipment, drain all water, and leave drain plugs out during transport, and dispose of any unwanted bait in the trash. Stick around. Valley News Live at 5 continues right after this.